Hello everyone, my name is Perry and thank you for watching us on Zbanonika YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about 25 academic words. سلام دوستان، اسم من پری هستش و امروز میخوایم با هم دیگه راجع به academic words or academic vocabulary صحبت بکنیم. So if you're a student in university or you want to go to university, this video might be helpful for you. Or if you want to take the IELTS or TOEFL, again, you should sound more academic when you are writing, and you should know these words. And again, if at your work you have formal meetings and English clients, and you have to write to them or talk to them, again, this video will be really helpful for you. So what we are going to do is that I am going to teach you 25 words, new words. I am going to teach you the word, so the pronunciation, the part of speech, the meaning of the word, and an example sentence which helps you to see how these words are used and where to use them. Of course, some of them have different meanings, but in this video, I'm gonna tell you about the most popular one, okay? پس قرار شد که با هم دیگه لغات اکادمیک رو کار بکنیم که توی شرایط اکادمیک خیلی به کارمون میاد و اینکه راجع به خود کلمه و اینکه نقشش توی کلمه چیه، آیا ورب، نون، ادجکتیو، what is it and meaning، معنیش رو که اونایی هم که چند تا معنی دارن با اون معنی بیشتر، این که بیشتر کاربردیه رو میگیم و اینکه یکی دو تا مثال یا حالا هر چیزی که باشه بهتون میگم تا اینکه بدونید چجوری این کلمه رو استفاده میکنید. Okay, good. Now, I try to do this. I try to tell you about the word families, but it's really important for you when you are studying new vocabulary, if you want to extend your vocabulary and if you want to be more proficient in English, it's very good to learn about word families. Like, for example, the word decide is a verb, okay? But the noun form is decision and the adjective form is decisive. So there you go. When you are learning decide, you learn two more words which they have the same meaning, but the part of speech is different. So in this way, you build your vocabulary much more faster. Okay. The first one is alternative. Alternative is a noun. So, and it means an additional choice, a remaining choice, okay? So for example, there is no alternative means that there is no additional choice, okay? There's no other way, you have to do this. There is no alternative. And for example, if you want to go and see a movie, there's a movie that you don't really like it, but again, that's the only movie in theater, so there is no alternative. The alternative was to take the bus. It means a remaining choice. Another choice was to take the bus. So taking the bus is your alternative. So our second word is assessment. Assessment is a noun and it's an evaluation of something. What's an evaluation? The tests that you have to take. For example, if you want to go to the college, you have to be under assessment. They have to assess you. Assess is the verb, okay? Assessment is the noun and assess, it's the verb. امتحان کردن یا اینکه یه چیزی رو مورد امتحان قرار دادن. Do we like assessments? No, not usually. We don't like them because none of us would feel comfortable being tested. So the example would be they want to do an assessment of the business department. So maybe the business department hadn't done well in the past few weeks, so they wanted to do an assessment and see what the problem was with the So as you see, our third word is benefit. Benefit is the good thing about something, the advantages about something. So something good or advantages. So whatever you do, there are some benefits to it. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it. For example, you go to a class, you watch this video because the benefit of watching this video is for you to improve your vocabulary. So that's the benefit. Or she talked about the benefits of working for an airline. So the good things about working for an airline, which are, for example, fly everywhere for free, having free tickets. I mean, that's very good. Or good salaries. Or benefits of working. So the fourth word is complex. Complex is an adjective which means something that has many connected parts that are different and unique from one another. So if something is complex, it's hard to figure it out because it has many connected parts and it's complicated. پیچیده. Complex. خیلی جنبه های مختلفی داره. So it's hard to do it. So you may hear complex adjective with these nouns like complex situation or complex problem, complex issue. Okay? So usually you may hear it with these. And the example would be that the doctor had to do a complex procedure to save the patient's life. So if you are a surgeon, you usually have to do complex procedures, and that's not easy. Okay, and number 5 is concept. Concept is a noun, and it's an idea about something in your mind, okay? That you form it in your mind. You don't know it, you haven't experienced it, you haven't experimented, so it's a concept. So for example, traveling to Mars is an interesting concept. Nobody has done it yet, and we don't know many things about it, but the concept is interesting. مفهومش، ایدهش is interesting. So concept means ایده، مفهوم, something like that. Okay, very good. So number 6 is conclusion. Conclusion is a really important word, and you may hear it a lot or see it a lot or use it a lot because it's very useful. So conclusion means the end of something. So usually you could say in the end or in the conclusion. In conclusion, something happened. In conclusion, at the end, something happened. In conclusion, they kicked me out of the bar. Maybe I was being inappropriate. Maybe I was singing karaoke with a really bad voice and everybody was annoyed. So in conclusion, they kicked me out. So the next one, number 7, is to conduct. Conduct is a verb and it means to organize or lead an activity. Be careful not to confuse it with the noun conduct, which means somebody's behavior. So conduct is a verb and the stress is on second syllable. Conduct. Very good. So maybe sometimes you can hear it with these words like conduct research, conduct business, conduct meetings, means to do them, to organize them, to lead them. Okay, so the example is he conducts science experiments in his lab, which hopefully they are not dangerous and they're not gonna be blown up. Okay, so بس conduct میشه اجرا کردن یه چیزی یا yes اجرا کردن یه چیزی. So he conducts science experiment یعنی اون آزمایش‌های علمی رو توی آزمایشگاهش انجام میده. So that's that. Next one is consistent. Consistent is an adjective and it means acting or done in the same way over time, not moving away from principles or being contradictory. Okay, consistent is ثابت. So if you do something consistently, means you do that all the time and you don't change all the time. So consistent adjective. Example is the teacher was consistent in following the rules. Let's say that you have a good student, top student, and a very weak one. So both of them cheat in an exam. Okay, the strong one helps the weak one, and the teacher, because he is or she is very consistent in following the rules, he doesn't do anyone any favor. He doesn't treat the top one different from the weak one because he is consistent. The next one is context, mafhum. So context means parts of a statement, and which usually is surrounded by the same concepts. So let's say I always tell my student to try to understand the meaning of a word by putting it in the context. Like let's say that you are reading a story and it says dark clouds covered everywhere. It was a perilous journey and nobody returned. So by putting it in the context, like, I mean, you have dark clouds and nobody returned, so perilous could be a good thing or bad thing. Of course, it's a bad thing. Could it be a dangerous journey? Yes, of course. Perilous is very dangerous. So there you are. With putting it in the context, you automatically understand the meaning. Number 10, coordination. Coordination is a combination of parts or people working together. Coordination, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Of course, it's a good thing. So if you are working in a company or some other groups, you have to have coordination, otherwise things will turn out badly. Okay, so you have to work together. It's about teamwork, it's about coordination. There was no coordination between two groups and nobody knew what was going on. So two groups, no coordination, and everybody were lost. The next one is environment. Environment is a noun, of course, as well as coordination, which I forgot to tell you. Environment is the condition of your surrounding, which could be anything. Could be geography, could be your mood, could be the society. So anything that surrounds you and the condition of that. So the meeting turned into a hostile environment. Ew. I don't want to be in that meeting. Hostile means something like enemy. So usually when people don't agree on things, it could turn into a hostile environment. The next one is estimate. Estimate is a verb and it means to make an approximate guess or judgment about something. So when you're not sure about something, you estimate it. It means it's approximate guess. So we estimate an 80% chance of success, which is pretty good. Estimate means تخمین زدن. So ما تخمین زدن که 80% شانس موفقیت وجود داره, which is a pretty good chance. Okay, good. So the next one is a factor. Factor is a noun. Which means something that contributes to a particular result. Means something leads to a exact result. So, for example, there are several factors that affect crime in the neighborhood. It could be the presence of the police. It could be the environment of the youngsters. It could be the security of the houses. So all of these factors could affect the crime rate in a neighborhood. So number 14 is function, a noun. A function is a purpose for something which is So number 14 is function. Function is the purpose for which something is designed. So number 14 is function. Function is the purpose for which something is designed. So whenever you see a new website, a new gadget, anything, so you ask, well, what's its function? What's its main function? So everything has their own specific function. So for example, the website's main function is to help people find cheap flights. So this website may have other functions as well, such as finding accommodation or hotels or something like that, but the main function is for you to find cheap flights. Cardboard, it means cardboard, so instead of that you could use function. So identify as a verb, it means to recognize something or someone. So as an example, we identify 3 different factors that hurt the environment. So they could be cars, traffic, factories. So these 3 factors could be really hurtful for the environment. So we identified them. Very good. Number 16, impact. Impact is a noun which means the strong effect or influence that something has on a situation or on a person. So something could have a good impact on you or a harmful impact on you. So whenever you are faced with a new situation or a new person, you could say, okay, what's the impact? Like, how is this going to affect me or this situation or this person or etc. So the impact, usually you expect the impact to be good, to be beneficial. So تاثیر یه چیزی we call that impact. So what's the impact? تاثیرش چیه? As an example. So so number 17 is to indicate. To indicate something, it means to point out or show something. So for example, the polls indicate that people are unhappy with the current government. Indicate, show. So the polls رای ها نشون میده که مردم با حکومت جدید راضی نیستن. So indicate means نشون دادن، یعنی اینجوری نشون میده. Indicate, to show something. Okay, our next word is investment. Investment is a noun which means the use of money or capital in order to receive a point or appreciation in value. That sounds a little bit complicated. Well, let me put it this way. So you invest. Investment is a noun and invest is the verb. So you invest somewhere like $10 and you invest it in stock market, for example, and then you hope for your $10 to be $20, $30. So you want to receive some more. So you put some money in order to get more money back. Okay, so an example for this would be buying a home can be a wise investment. Like in some countries it is, in some countries it's not. But I mean, in Iran, yes, buying a home can be a wise investment because after time passes by, your home will gain in value. So you will make profit. Investment, سرمایه‌گذاری. Next word is major. Major is an adjective which means something that is greater in size, extent, or importance. So usually when we use major before a noun, it's usually bad news. Like you're talking about something bad. So for example, the city was struck by a major earthquake. Like it was major, it was very big. An earthquake is a bad thing, so it was major. Or for example, the battle was a major turning point in the war. So yes, great in size, major. خیلی بزرگ, you could say that. In size, extent, or important. One is method. A method is a technique, a plan, or a way of doing something. So if you want to do something, what's your method? What's your way? We use a scientific method to acquire knowledge. روش هر کاری که میخوای انجام بدیم, you need a method. So we use scientific method to acquire knowledge, of course. برای اینکه علممون زیادتر بشه از روش‌های علمی استفاده میکنیم. Good. So the next one is a core. A core is a verb and it means something that happens or takes place. So for example, the event only occurs in winters. It means it only happens or takes place in winter. A core means اتفاق افتادن. Number 22 is potential. Potential is something that could possibly happen but might not. Number 22 is potential. Potential is something that could possibly happen but might not come to pass. So it may happen, it may not, but it has the potential. I mean, it is possible to happen. So for example, he is a terrific athlete and he has the potential to win the race because he is a good athlete. He has the potential to win the race. But it's possible that it may not come to pass. So he may not, but because he's a terrific athlete, he has the potential. So very good. Number 23 is a primary. Primary is the first in importance. You could say it has other synonyms such as chief or principal, but primary is the most common one. So you could say the primary cause of failure was the lack of organization. So it means the main cause of the failure was the lack of organization. Primary means اصلی. Okay? پس دلیل اصلی این که شکست خوردن در عدم نظم و ترتیب. Our last two words. Number 24 is range. Range is the upper and lower limits of a number, an amount, or type of something that something may vary. So everything has a range. Like our price range is between $2,000 and $4,000. Anything in between is our price range. پس میشه محدوده. Okay? پس محدوده قیمت ما بین $2,000 تا $4,000. Okay? So between a lower and upper amount. Okay. Significant, our last word, is something of importance or something of consequence. It's an adjective, significant. For example, learning all of these words will be significant in helping you improve your English. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You learned 25 new words, academic words that you can use in your writing and in your professional way of using it anyway. Thank you, and until next time, goodbye.